Welcome to this week's video. At the moment we are in Brest, which those of you with a map will realise is nowhere near Honfleur. So we're a bit behind on the editing, we apologise for that. We've had a busy few weeks trying to move along the coast. There was a lot of fog, there was a lot of wind, there was a lot of
heat.
We've had all of the weather recently. So yeah, we had 38 degrees in the cockpit the other day. We're not editing when we've got 38 degrees. We were doing almost nothing apart from sweating. So yeah, we hope we're going to catch up again. We have moved along the coast quite a bit. If you have any thoughts on the coast south of Brest, then let us know in the comments. We are about to move on. Well, we're going to explore Brest Harbour for probably a week, and then we're going to move south. So do let us know if there is anywhere special that you think we should go.
Mm-hmm.
So in today's episode we are going to move from Saint-Valery-en-Caux to Fécamp, then to Cherbourg and on to Honfleur.
Le Havre. You
What?
just said Cherbourg. You meant Le Havre.
Cherbourg's next week. I've just recorded
Spoiler!
the outro. Yeah. It's not a big spoiler if you've got a map. Again, you can just look where we're dotting our way along the coast. We are not the sail around the world in 3 hops kind of a people. We are sail around the world in 1,000,000 hops and get almost nowhere kind of people. So, yes, Le Havre. So, what did we do?
Well, I guess initially we naughtily went into Fécamp. There was a bit of, we were told that it was closed and we could go, but there might not be space for us. But the weather was the conditions were quite bad, so we did pull in for one night.
Yeah, we mentioned that briefly in the previous video that we were leaving and we knew that it was closed. Spoiler alert, we go in there anyway.
But yeah, and then we explore a bit of Le Havre.
Yeah, we really like Le Havre.
Yeah.
It's a huge concrete city, but they've got so much artwork everywhere. It's really beautiful.
It's very green.
It's
Didn't
very
expect
green.
it to be so green. It reminded me of the streets of Paris, where you'd walk down the main streets and all the roads were lined with trees, and it just felt, yeah, very like you were in more nature than you thought you would be. So yeah, I was surprised about that one.
And then Honfleur is still probably the nicest town we've been to in terms of, it's really historic. It's just beautiful old buildings. Again, there were gardens and art everywhere.
I feel like we were also quite lucky with Honfleur that we were out of season. Like a little bit. It was still full of all the tourists getting off all the boats and coming for day trips. But it did basically empty out in the night time, and then until about 10-11 p.m. no one really turned up, so we had the streets were empty walking through, you'll see.
And we had perfect weather. It was
so good.
It was just warm enough to sit in the cockpit with a glass of wine without being too hot. We met some friends there who we've been sailing alongside pretty much ever since. Yeah, it was just warm enough that you might needed a jumper first thing in the morning, but then shorts and t-shirt for the afternoon, and we were starting to get pretty good tans. That trend has continued until this week, where it's been way too hot. So.
But I'm telling Dave off for moaning about it being too hot.
Yeah. Anyway, enjoy the video. Hopefully the next one won't be such a gap next time. And yeah. Hit like if you like it. If not, we'll hope to see you next time. So, despite what we told you earlier, we're in Fécamp.
We're big fat liars.
So, they have only got 2 pontoons out. And we saw that on the webcam, and we kind of zoomed in on the webcam, a really good webcam on YouTube, by the way. We zoomed in and we saw the hammerhead looked like it was free. We were having a horrible day out there. There was an enormous swell coming right from behind us, and the wind was fine, and we were making good way at the end, but at the beginning we were only doing 3 knots over ground, which meant that we were way behind schedule to get to Le Havre, and we were going to get in at 12:30 tonight. So
And it's looking quite busy, and we've never been in and didn't really know about the conditions.
Yeah, and it's a big port and stuff. So I made the call to come in here. Jude was nervous because we had explicitly been told there was no space.
Yeah, I'm a rule follower.
And I am of the opinion that sometimes it is an emergency and you just need to do something. So worst case, we were going to come in and like tie alongside a fishing boat or something, but it turned out there were 6 berths. Which I assume they had left as emergency in case somebody needed to stop. And yeah, it was horrible coming in. There was a lot of wind, but we got in fine, didn't we?
This is my rule follower point coming out. Whether it was lost in translation or not, what the guy said to us was that we can come, but there might not be space for us.
Yeah.
So we've now also taken that as, well, we came, there was space, we stayed.
Yeah. And also, a French boat left Saint Valery at the same time as we did, probably half an hour later. They came in here at the same time we did. He had way too much sail out there, but he handled it well. He was solo sailing. And when we spoke to him, he came over and said hello, how are you, that sort of thing. And I said, oh, where are you from? And he said, oh, Saint Valery. And I said, oh, did you not see the sign in reception saying that Fécamp was closed? And he said, oh no, I definitely didn't see that sign. And the way he said it, you just know he saw it and just gave a French shrug and carried on anyway. So,
but yeah, when we came in, there was quite a lot of chop on the beginning bit, and then we came round and all the wind is now funneling. You can probably hear it a bit, sorry. But yeah, it's just funneling through to us. So we were like turning around in the like Harbour Basin, I guess it is, while Dave was putting fenders and lines on to prep. And it was just coming at us, so I had to like go forward quite fast to actually finish my turn because I had misjudged it and was going in like tick over a turn and was like, I'm not going to bait this. So I had to do it. You'll probably be seeing some of that or has already seen it. And then yeah, we tried to come into the berth and Dave did it really well, and then someone came to help, so I tried to chuck him a line and then it went in the water and then I had to fumble and give him a different line, and
it was all fine though.
Yeah.
We were very in control.
Thanks to Dave.
Despite the incredibly strong wind, it wasn't even this strong out in the bay, so we're not sure why it's so strong in here. It's supposed to calm down at 9 p.m. We're going to get going again at 7 a.m. and carry on to
Le Havre.
And Jude's laughing because she's not able to roll
I
R's.
can't roll my R's. Anyone got any good suggestions on how to learn to roll your R's? I probably should have learned when I went to Scotland.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah, please add that.
But yeah, we got in fine. It wasn't the plan. It was kind of a plan B. And here we are. So we're just going to have a quick walk and explore while there's still light, and while the wind is blowing, and see what we see. But probably not going to film very much because it's not going to be a proper tour. We won't know what anything is. We're just going to look and say, oh, there's a pretty church, and carry on. So right, we'll carry on in the morning. Well, it's a very different day out here today. I thought I would do a quick update. We've not really said anything today. So we came out of Fécamp at just after 7. I don't think we did an update, but basically we woke up to 2 enormous dredging ships, about 15 metres off our stern. First one came in, went past, then a big ship came in, which is where they were dumping all of the 2 fighter jets just flying past. That was weird. So the ship where they were dumping all of the dirt that they're dredging up went in, and then the other one reversed directly behind us. So it was exciting leaving because we only had a boat length or so to reverse and turn. I tried calling them up just to check they were happy with us leaving, but no answer from the boat. And so we did it anyway, and everybody on the ship looked fairly amused that we were leaving, so they obviously didn't have a problem, and we weren't going to hurt their ship, obviously. We just didn't want to be in their way. And yeah, the swell was still out there. It's gone now. It's pretty comfortable now. We've turned the corner at Cap d'Antifa. And we're coming up towards Le Havre. It's warming up. But yeah, there was still over a metre of swell this morning, but it didn't have the nasty waves on it like it did yesterday, so it was a bit more comfortable. But because we left in such a hurry, we didn't set up any of the sails or move ropes or anything, so we weren't able to put the head sail out. And initially that didn't feel like a problem because we didn't have enough wind to sail, and then the wind built up and the rope was still in the way, so yeah, we were sort of stuck. And now the wind is dead again, so we wouldn't be able to sail here either. But it's fine, we're fairly tired because we didn't have a good night's sleep. Fécamp is not a great harbour for sleeping. There's fishing boats in and out all night and stuff like that. But yeah, it's turned into a lovely day. We've taken off all of our thermal underwear and stuff because it's actually warming up, and we're back to sunglasses again. And we're just hoping there's a space in Le Havre for us to tie up. We think it's a fairly big harbour. There'll be a berth somewhere, but here it's not so bad because there's Honfleur across the river. For those that don't know, Le Havre is in the mouth of the Seine, which leads, it's 200 odd kilometres up to Paris, but you can get a boat up there, a sailboat that is, and people do. And we've then also got a bunch of harbours around the bottom of the bay, which we're going to work our way around in the coming weeks, all the way around up to Cherbourg, which is just opposite the Solent, which was originally our home. So we're walking back from just going out shopping, and we came across this house, which is behind me, in a park just in Le Havre, and it's the craziest little place. It's an art installation rather than an actual dwelling. Nobody could live there. It is only a metre wide, and when you go in through the door over here, you're in the main kind of hallway, and then there's a kitchen off to the left. And then as you go down the house, it splits into two rooms that are half a metre wide, absolutely pointlessly, and it gets so small that you're not able to go in there, but really quite cool. We'll overlay hopefully some B-roll on this so you can see inside of the rooms. It's not currently open. The French take lunch from 12 until 2, but it does look like when it is open you are allowed to just go in and have a look around, so it's a shame we missed it. We may try and come back later and see if we can get in, but we're not planning to be in Le Havre for all that long, so may not have time to come back. Morning. We have just left Le Havre. No sails up today. There is a bit of wind. We probably could sail very briefly, but we are coming out of the docks where Le Havre is, with all the ships and the oil refineries and stuff. Crossing the channel, this channel into Le Havre, and then going directly into the Seine to Honfleur, which is only an hour and a half away, hence the lack of sailing, because almost the whole trip is within shipping channels, and we don't sail in shipping channels near ports because of the shipping. So there's probably, I don't know, 10 minutes between where we are right now and where we enter the other channel. So yeah. Anything to add, Jude?
No. Sorry.
Yeah.
That bit out.
We kind of enjoyed Le Havre. It's a big city. It's very different from what we've been in. So we went walking around the city, found some pretty cool stuff, which we'll have showed you. Now we're off to Honfleur, which is a small village, and we have to go in through a lock gate. We're going to miss the free flow, but we're kind of fine with that. We've done lock gates in lots of places. The method to attach to the lock is slightly different here. There are bollards that float up and down with the tide, but not a pontoon, which doesn't really make much difference to us. So yeah, quite a short one today, and then we should be in by 11, and then we get to relax and probably get on with some boat jobs. We need to wash the boat, we need to fill the tanks. But other than that, we're going to go into Honfleur probably for 3 nights because there is some strong wind coming, and then we will be heading for Weestrum, which is a port where a big ferry goes in, but it's not a massive town. But we've been through there before on ferries. But this time we're taking our boat in. And then not really sure what the plan is from there. We're going to sort of look at calendars and things. We might go and visit Jude's parents, or we might carry on up the Cherbourg Peninsula and then go and visit them. But we've got to fit that in at some point. That's it, I think. Mm-hmm. There we go. So we're currently in the lock at Honfleur. We called up and just requested lock entry, which they understood and responded, said 5 minutes. The lights were red on the way in, so I called up again and said, is it okay? And they immediately changed them to green and said, yep. So I guess they must have forgotten it's early season. And I doubt the fishermen feel the need for the lights. And then inside of the lock, we have these steel bars, which you can hold on to. We did it wrong when we came in, and we tied up against the bollard in the middle of the boat. We should have grabbed that, and then we could have set up a stern and a bow line quite comfortably, but we'll know for next time, and I think we're secure enough now. We're just waiting for a fishing boat to come in behind us, and then the lock should open. The lock gate behind us should close, and the one in front of us should open within the next 15 minutes. It looks like they swap the gates, so at 1/4 to the hour they open the outside gate to allow people to come in, and then at about on the hour they close the outside gate. At about 1/4 past the hour they open the inside gate, which lets us all through and lets people start filling it to come out. On the internet all we could see was coming in is on the hour, going out is on the half hour, but it doesn't seem to be the case. We watched the webcam, which is a very good webcam by the way, and those times didn't align up with the lock gate movements, but it does seem to align with the boat movements, so make of that what you will. We may watch it a bit more while we're in there because we can see the gate from the pontoon that we're going to go on. So it looks like things are going to start happening, so I will leave it there. Honfleur is one of the most charming towns we've ever stopped in. The buildings throughout the town date from the 15th century and give the place a very charming and nostalgic feel. When the street market is in full swing, there is little to tell what century you're in. Very little seems to have changed, aside from the addition of cars. There are usually 2 harbours for visiting boats, the Avant Port, with an alongside pontoon, and the old Vaux Basin, surrounded by the old town buildings. Unfortunately, when we visited, 3 of the old buildings had structural issues, so visiting boats were not allowed into the bassin, and some of the roads in the town were closed off for safety. Sadly, this is likely to be the case for the foreseeable future. Around the Vaux Bassin are an array of bars and restaurants with a view of the marina. Be warned that this town is much busier than you'd expect, with tourists being bussed in from cruise ships in the nearby Le Havre by the thousand. There are also river cruise ships which go up the Seine to Paris from here, adding to the numbers. As such, the town is bustling and the bars and restaurants more expensive than elsewhere in France, but still lovely. A short walk away to the north is a very large sandy beach, but beware of tides which can catch you off guard as the beach rapidly disappears when the water returns. On the way to this beach is a well-curated park, with boat-shaped installations celebrating the many historic figures of the town. Within each planted boat is a bust of the person, along with a plaque explaining when they lived and what they did while in the town. The people range from artists and engineers to sailors and public figures. Next to the park we found a butterfly house, or papillon in French, with an array of colourful butterflies free to roam in the enclosure alongside several species of bird. Thanks for watching, and please join us next week when we move on to Ouistreham, St. Var and Cherbourg. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode.